We're live. I think
Yeah.
we're live. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Human Empowerment Experience Kettlebell training. It's
Good morning.
6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are here to give you some inspiration, motivation, and teach you how to work out with a kettlebell and get your body strong, your mind strong, all that good stuff. So what do you have for us this morning? Anything you'd like to discuss or talk about?
No.
I'm usually the one with the
No, I mean, I did think about what specifically we should work on.
Yeah, no, we're talking about other stuff.
Well, it's about alignment. Maybe we could talk about alignment.
Okay, let's do that.
Because, it's what I was thinking about earlier was that, we're going to go over a technique today called the Arnold press. And a lot of, named after Arnold Schwarzenegger. But
I'll be back.
Yeah. What's important about it, which is so important about most things in our life, is alignment. I mean, if you've got these great ideas, but all the actions you take aren't aligned with those ideas, you're not gonna reach fruition with those ideas.
So it's not just about physical alignment; it's about alignment throughout your life.
But we are a metaphor for our lives, man. Our physical bodies and our physical selves, our mental selves, and our emotional selves are really very closely interconnected. And
that's what a lot of people don't get. Yeah. They look at them as separate things when actually they're all connected.
Yeah, people talk about the mind and the body. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's all
connected. Mind and body are not separate.
When you work out, when you take care of yourself, when you eat right, it affects not just your physical health, but it affects your mind, your soul. The whole thing is all connected. And that's the thing that people need to understand. It's not just about losing 5 pounds or, gaining extra muscle. It has to do with your entire life, your goals, how you're living your life, how you see life, how you see your life and the world around you. It matters. It is all connected.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you didn't interrupt.
Hey, something else I want to talk about this morning that we found was interesting is, as you know, or maybe you don't know, we're going to be heading out with our Airstream and our on September 1st through the U.S. and there are organizations and farms, organic farms that you can go to and sort of barter. You can work on the farm for room and board or a place to put your Airstream or for food. Mm-hmm. And the organization I found this morning is actually a worldwide organization. It's been around for 50 years, and it allows you to travel and stay at an organic farm and do some work there for your room and board. And it's just an amazing, it's really a
you
cool.
Think the Airstream will float?
Probably or fly. I don't know.
Probably have a better chance of flying than floating.
But it's, obviously we're going to be doing this in the U.S., but for those of you who have never heard of this particular organization, there's more than one. This one's been around for 50 years. So it's a really cool thing. If you're thinking of traveling, you want to learn more about sustainable organic farming, which we need to learn about. The other neat part about this website, the website of this, is that there's a lot of free training on sustainable farming and growing and what you need to know about the things that they're putting on our food, things like that. So it's really, really cool. So we're going to be taking part in I don't know if it's going to be this organization, but we're going to be doing that as we travel across the U.S., stopping at different organic farms to work on the farm for food or for a place to put our Airstream as well. And it helps them out.
We'll work for food.
We're going to put that on the side of the Airstream. We'll work for food. Well, bartering. So we talk about the economy and money and all that. Bartering is one of the best ways to get what you need and to give what you have to somebody else. So you can learn how to barter with your neighbor or your people in your community. People love to barter. It's really cool because you may have a talent or something that you can offer, and then you get what you need from that other person. My daughters barter all the time with their, one owns an organic farm, and so they are always bartering stuff. And yet Bree has always bartered. She knows how to sew, so it's an interesting topic, something that we should be thinking about as we're heading into, we don't know what with the, with the world. Learn how to grow your own food, learn how to barter.
Trade it for a gallon of gas.
Learn where you can get good water. Learn, all those things you really need to start learning how to do. But anyway, but we are going to learn how to work out with a kettlebell and get our bodies strong. Now, I started something yesterday that actually David kind of coaxed me into it. I'm working partially with a heavier kettlebell this week. It's 35 pounds, 35-pound kettlebell. Now, I'm not going to do my whole workout with it, but I'm starting to progress into that heavier kettlebell. And it will take me a while, weeks and weeks, before I'll be able to do anything really major with it. But this is how you start. You have patience, you start slowly with progression, and you go from there. Let me just see who we have this morning before we get started. We have Alan. Good morning. He's up and about. We have Timothy on your side, and then I don't see anybody on my Instagram. I'm sure we have somebody
shortly
lurking. I'm going to fix it here so you can see both of us. I'm going to try to go. So here's another thing that I'm trying. Let me know if do you drink coffee or caffeine? I don't drink any other caffeinated beverages, but I do drink a coffee in the morning, and I'm going to try to go caffeine free.
Oh, you are this morning?
No, not this morning. First, I have to think about it. First, I have to, and I'm like, okay, once this bag of coffee's gone, when I buy the next bag, it's going to be just for you. That's how I'm going to think about it. And then I'm going to make you coffee. If you want to still drink coffee, I'm going to try going without. That's caffeine. Going without coffee for me I've tried it and that didn't make it.
It's not easy. Okay. Shall we get warmed up?
Let's do tapping today.
Do some body tapping.
We're going to do body tapping. It's a Qigong practice where it just wakes your whole body up. It's easy. It's kind of fun. You can use the flat part of your hand, the palm of your hand, or you can use a fist. You can go light or hard. You may do light or hard in different areas of your body, but we're going to start at our feet. So you're just going to gently bend over, bend your knees if you have to, and we're just going to start tapping our feet. Then you're just going to go up to your ankles. Around your legs, kind of go up the insides of your legs, then around the sides of your legs, backs of your legs. And this may seem silly. When I first saw this, I'm like, what on earth is this? But this is an old practice. Do you know anything more about it, other than what I can tell you?
About tapping?
Yeah.
Well, my first encounter with it was in massage school, and they called it chapotomy. Right? And for the very same reasons why the Chinese do it as part of their qigong, it stimulates. The skin is the largest organ in your body, or was the largest organ in your body until they discovered the interstitium. But anyway, the skin, very large organ in your body, and it affects every part of your body. What's interesting about the body, one of the things interesting about the body, it is an excitable medium. Small stimulation in one area can have a ripple effect over the physiology of your entire body. This is an example of that.
It really does exactly what David is saying. It stimulates the blood, it stimulates the circuitry of your body. You've been and had blood drawn before, and when the nurse goes like this, you can see your vein pop up from that stimulation. This is the same thing. And it also gets you in touch with your body itself, like how your body is feeling. Is it sensitive in certain areas? Is it, are you sore? Do you need to take a hot back later, or whatever the case may be. But it's really cool. At the end of this, we'll stop and kind of feel what our bodies are doing. It's really neat. It's a great way to warm up. Don't forget your back as well, so where your kidney area is. Here. If you can't reach a spot on your body, then it does not need to be tapped. So just get where you can reach. You can do a systematic from the legs all the way up to the chest and the arms. I think I'm doing my arms twice, but it feels good. You can do your chest. You can do a Tarzan meow. Remember that when you were kids. And then you want to do your head. So you can start at the top of your head, go down the back of your head, the sides of your head, your ears. You get that that beat going. Cup your hands over your ears and you'll feel that. The front of your face, I use my fingertips on the front of my face, and I actually do this every single morning when I wash my face. If you do, it stimulates all of the nerves. All of these, there's certain nerves in your face that are connected to the rest of your body, and it literally just stimulates my skin, and I all of a sudden I have this little rosy glow. First thing in the morning, I'm awake. I just want to go over your whole face, around your eyes, up the bridge of your, up the side of your nose, cheekbones, all the way down and around your jaw and around your lips. This also helps with, because you're getting the circulation going in your skin, it helps with wrinkles, so your skin is not stagnant. And then we can kind of do some stretching here. Let's take a nice deep breath, bring our arms up over our heads, all the way up, reach all the way up to the sun or the sky. Oh, take a deep breath out, arms come down. Let's do that again, but this time we're going to fold at the hip crease as we come down. So arms all the way up on an inhale. And as we exhale, we're just going to come down, fly down, holding at the hip crease. You can put your hands here on your bottom of your legs. You can put it on the floor. You can bend your knees slightly, whatever. And you're just going to hang here for just a couple of moments, getting a nice stretch in the back of the legs. Make sure your back is not rounded. We're folded at the hip crease, just like we do when we work out with the kettlebell. Take a nice deep breath in, and we can put our hands on our hips and come all the way up. Standing nice and tall in mountain pose.
All right, are we ready?
Yeah.
Whew. Okay.
I think we're ready. I just need to get my water and the tissue. You can go ahead and get started.
All right, we're going to start with our heavy kettlebell. Feet on either side.
Now in front of me.
Nice. So feet on either side, toes pointing straight ahead or slightly pronated. Turned out in this case.
Don't know.
All right. Fold at the hip. Sit way back. Grab the bell with both hands. Seat the shoulder. Drive into the heels. Pick it up. 1.
Now, when I first met David, one of the things I noticed about him was when he bent down to pick something up, his hips came out. He didn't round his back. He's one of the only people I know at his age that do that properly. And it was noticeable. I'm like, hey. Once you've been doing these workouts and you get the hang of that, you will do the same thing. And the reason that you want to be able to do that is less injury. You don't want to round your back when you're picking something up. You want to use your glutes, your hips, your body, your core to pick things up. instead of your back. But that's one of the things I noticed about you is when you bend over to pick something up, your hips come out and your back is flat as can be, which is cool.
Yeah, most people don't understand when they hear that, lift with your legs, not with your back. But they don't have anything to plug that sentence into that makes any sense in their body. This will teach you.
Right.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, we're going to do some more squats, but we're going to do them in the rack position.
Okay.
So you're going to take one hand, you're going to use your hips, and bring that kettlebell to the rack. And squat. One.
Squeeze your glutes when you come up. Don't forget to breathe.
1 to 5. 3. 4. 5. Change hands. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Sit down.
That's heavy.
Please.
That feels heavy.
So we're going to use this kettlebell for a couple more exercises. We're going to do our calf raises. Now, one of the things you can do, you're going to swing the kettlebell to the rack. You can take the other hand and wrap around and hold on to it like so. So you're holding it kind of both hands. All right, here we go. Bring it to the rack. A little narrow, pointing them straight ahead, and lift.
So the feet
1,
should be hip width distance apart.
2, yep. 3,
Take mine a little bit.
5, going to 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change hands. Pronate the feet, pointing them out. 45 degrees and up. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sit down.
Yeah, that's heavy.
So the way our bodies move, we have flexion and extension. If you flex all the muscles in your body at the same time, you end up in a fetal position. This is fully flexed. If you expand and reach out, lean back, you're fully extended. Another way of moving is pronation and supination. Hold your hands out in front of you like this, palms up. Right now, your hands are prone. Palms down. Now they are supine. Right? So, everybody stand up, put your hands like this, like prone.
Prone.
Now imagine you got a bowl of soup in each hand, and you dump them.
Supine.
Supine. Right? Prone, supine. Same thing, you're lying on the ground. Prone, supine. Your leg does the same thing as your hand. Prone, supine. Pronating your feet, supinating your feet.
Oh, so when you say prone,
So when I say pronate, I mean turn them out. Pronate. Okay. So we continue.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to take the heavy kettlebell and put it aside. I'll take that one.
Oh,
You will
what
go
we're doing with it?
that with the big one for now.
Oh.
So now we're going to press the kettlebell overhead. So we're going to swing it to the rack. We're going to sit back into our hips and use our hips to gain the initial effort to continue the kettlebell pressing overhead. It's going to go in a straight line from here straight up. Make sure it's already in motion from using your hips before you extend your arm. So, swing your kettlebell to the rack. Sit back into your hips. Press. Return. Press. Return. 3, 4, 5. Change hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change hands. Press and hold. Lock out. Feel the weight of the bell come through your arm all the way to your feet. As long as, right now, the kettlebell is plumb, the line of force is a perfectly straight line to the ground, you're fine. You don't have to lift it. You're just balancing it up there. If your arm is bent, you are now using musculature. If you're straight, you will not get tired, at least not nearly as quickly. Take a deep breath. Pull it. Change hands. Press. Find it. Find the line. You'll find that the kettlebell's moving around. You have to use your shoulder to keep it aligned. Pull it in. Stay there.
I think I'm finally getting that.
I think you are too.
Like that was not like I could have. I mean, it was a challenge, but it wasn't like my arm was not getting tired.
Right. This is the key, or one of the keys to kettlebells is this alignment. If the alignment is there, there's very little effort. If there's no alignment, it takes a great deal of effort. Alignment allows you to be stronger, effectively stronger, because you can do more with more weight. You're no bigger. Your muscles are no bigger. Your muscles are no more activated, but you're doing it intelligently. Now, we're going to think about this for a second. Now watch. When I did that push press earlier, look at the angle of my arm. It is not straight up and down. It is at an angle. In order for me to hold the kettlebell in the middle. When I press the kettlebell, my elbow is out here, and then it straightens. So that during the travel from here to here, my arm is not plumb. This is improper alignment if I was going slow. Since I'm going fast, since the kettlebell is already in motion, I'm only doing a little bit of effort. But imagine if I hold the kettlebell perfectly straight up and down and then let it bend. Now the forces are pushing my elbow this way. If my arm stays straight up and down throughout the entire movement, and by my arm, I'm talking from my elbow to my pinky, as long as this part does not bend this way or this way, any way, it's plumb, it's like a tree or a telephone pole, straight up to the sky, right? If at any point I do this, I'm now incorrect. So to keep proper alignment, you have to focus your mind on your arm and maintain that plumb line all the way to here. If I get all the way up to here and then at the very end I bend it, no, straight. Has to be plumb. I'm hoping you can understand what I'm talking about.
Even when you go fast?
No.
Okay.
When you go fast, you're not putting your arm under the same kind of load.
Can you show us with your kettlebell?
Yes. So here is my push press. See how the angle of my arm is, how my arm is at an angle? It's not straight up and down. I'm here at an angle, and then I press it overhead. I'm going to use this hand to help me, but the kettlebell goes up in a straight line. But look at the angle of my arm. It's wrong. I can only do that if it is in motion from my hips already. Right? If I'm going to do it slow,
Oh, I see.
I need to keep my forearm from hand to elbow plumb to the ground.
Like when we do an Arnold press.
This is the Arnold press.
But if you're doing
if I'm doing a push press,
yeah, then it's
I
angled.
can keep it at an angle, push, and then remove the angle at the top.
Okay. Now
During an Arnold press, I have to maintain that plumb line through the entire exercise.
So there's two different ways to do it depending on whether you're doing the fast push press or whether you're doing the slow Arnold press.
Precisely. Precisely. So we're going to do the Arnold press. We're going to do a slow press. You can use that one.
I'm going to try it
Or
with this
that one.
We'll see how it goes.
On this one, you're going to squeeze and crush the handle. Squeeze the other hand into a fist at the same time will help you activate the musculature properly. Swing the kettlebell to the rack. Squeeze both fists. Tighten your core. Press overhead. Same thing coming down. 1. 2. Very nice, Miss Kendra. 3.
I can't do it.
Okay, use a little bit lighter one. We're going to 10. 5. 6. 7. You need to push press the last couple, do so. 8. 9. 10. It's a little much. Change hands.
Wow. Yeah. It's hard.
1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Booyah. 10. Now,
Wow.
yeah,
Good. That was heavy.
it is heavy.
Whew. Wow, that really works the shoulders and the
Sure does.
lats.
Yeah, it sure
I
does.
started out with the heavier, my regular kettlebell, and had to go down a little bit to sustain 10.
Yeah.
And you could either do heavy with 5 or do 10 and start with heavy and go to your lighter one.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a little bit of abs. We're going to work on this position a little bit more. We're going to do the half get-up. Now, Kendra was just saying a few minutes ago that she was feeling like she was getting this lockout position. Well, this one will really dial it in. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to start lying on my back. I'm going to bring my kettlebell up into a pressed position. Now here, if my arm's not straight, this is going to be very hard. But as long as my arm is straight, I'm just balancing it here. I have the kettlebell in my left arm, so this knee comes up. And I'm not going to bend my arm. I'm going to keep it straight. Here is my opportunity to feel this very same thing, that plumb line, only this time instead of going to my elbow, it's all the way to my arm, or all the way to my shoulder, rather. Here's the exercise. So, lie on the ground, kettlebell halfway between your hip and shoulder. Roll towards it, over grip it, pick it up, press it to the sky. Lock the elbow, keep the shoulder, bend the knee. And now you're going to go shoulder, elbow, hand. 1, 2, 3. And find that plumb line, make sure it stays, and return. Keep our eye on the kettlebell. 2. 1 to 5. 3. 4. 2 hands on the bell. Bring it to your chest. Roll to your side. Use 2 hands to drag it around your head. Close hand and under grip. Roll towards it, over grip. Use your body weight. Press with 2 hands. Take 1 away. Knee is bent. Other hand at 45. Now, roll. 1, 2, 3. And back. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 2 hands. Pull it in. Sit it down. All right, Miss Kendra. For today.
Okay, cool.
Alignment.
Here's my Instagram. Yeah, so today's lesson is about alignment. What's alignment? Alignment, it has to do with your life, your mind, your body, your soul, everything's all tied together. That's the lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. We will be here tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. bright and early for another kettlebell training to teach you how to get strong, flexible, mobile, and have it affect every area of your life. Sending all of you love, joy, peace, and happiness today. Some special healing energies for anyone in the world who may be suffering, who needs a little bit of love today. Have a fantastic day. We'll see you here tomorrow morning, bright and early. Take care, everybody.